We've done roll call. This is the committee, Public Works Committee of the Metropolitan Council meeting on Tuesday, December 15th at 4 p.m. Pursuant to Governor Lee's executive order number 65 regarding electronic meetings, I make a motion that this committee meeting agenda constitutes essential business of the Metropolitan Council and that meeting electronically is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of Tennesseans in light of the COVID-19 outbreak. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, I guess we have to do a roll call. Is that correct to approve this? Okay, let me go through Councilmember Allen.
Aye.
Councilmember Benedict.
Aye.
Council Member Bradford.
Aye.
Councilmember Evans.
Aye.
Councilmember Gamble.
Aye.
Councilmember Hurt.
Aye.
Councilmember Nash votes aye. Councilman O'Connell.
Aye.
And Councilmember Roten.
Aye.
9-4. 0 against. Any abstentions out there? I don't see any. Okay. I'm going to go over the consent calendar. We got a couple of items that are probably worthy of some discussions, number of amendments on one, so try to get through this fairly quickly. Starting on page 2, Resolution RS 2020-688, Toombs, Nash, Welch, and others, accepts a community and recovery tree planting grant from Keep America Beautiful in partnership with the United Parcel Service to the Metro Public Works Department to provide funding to restore the destroyed tree canopy in Nashville neighborhoods and the Stones River Bend Regional Park by the March 2020 tornado. Resolution RS 2020-689, Nash and Stiles, approves the use of camera data collection for curb loading zone management pilot of Metro Public Works in collaboration with Flow Incorporated, doing business as CORD.
Mr. Chair, can we pull that one from consent, please?
We can. Next, RS 2020-691 approves a participation agreement between the University of Tennessee and the Department of Water and Sewer Services for the development of Urban Waters Report Card. On page 3, a late resolution, on page 3, bill number 2020-555, Murphy and Nash, recordation of renaming additions and deletions of acceptances and abandonments as reflected on the center line layer to date as the official street and alley acceptance and maintenance record for the Metropolitan government. On the bottom of 3 and over to 4, we have Bill 2020-556, Taylor, Murphy, Nash, and O'Connell, renames a portion of Clover Street off 44th Avenue North to Community Court. Bill 2020-557, Sledge, Murphy, Nash, and O'Connell, abandons alley number 922 right-of-way from Wedgwood Avenue northward to Blakemore Avenue. We do have a letter of approval by Councilmember Sledge. Bill number 2020-558, Hager, Murphy, and Nash, abandons existing water pumping stations, brick building, the associated easement to retain the remaining public utility drainage easements located at 801 Stoner Mill Lane. Next, Bill number 2020-559, Rutherford, Murphy, and Nash, accepts new water and sanitary sewer mains, fire hydrant assemblies, sanitary sewer manholes, and easements for properties located at 6434 Pettis Road and 7224 Old Burka Road, also known as South Point, PH Phase 3A, and Village UMC. Bill number 2020-560, Murphy and Nash, accepts new public water and sanitary sewer mains and fire hydrant assembly, sanitary sewer manholes, and easements for property located at Maxwell Road unnumbered, also known as Oliveri Phase 2. Bill number 2020-561, Murphy and Nash, accepts new public water and sanitary sewer mains, fire hydrant assemblies, sanitary sewer manholes and easements for property located at Maxwell Road, unnumbered, also known as Oliveri Phase 3. And I believe that is the consent agenda. Is anybody need something pulled out of that besides 689? Going once, going twice. John, were you going to call the roll on these?
It's Chair.
Okay, whichever's easier for you. You're keeping the record.
I was going to vote total, so if you want to call the roll, then I'll keep the total.
Okay. For items on the consent agenda, Councilmember Allen,
Aye.
Council Lady Benedict,
Aye.
Councilman Bradford, Council Lady Evans,
Aye.
Council Lady Gamble,
Aye.
Council Lady Hurt,
Aye.
Councilmember Nash votes aye. Councilmember O'Connell,
Aye.
aye. Councilmember Roten,
Aye. Sorry.
Councilmember Young, you checked in yet? No, okay. Councilmember Hall. I have 9 in favor, 0 against.
Mr. Chair, just a quick point of order. I did not see an agenda come through for this committee. Are you working off of one or just the main agenda?
No, I'm working off one.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go back and look. I never saw it come through.
Well, I'm going through this. If there's another member on the committee that can send him one, I'd appreciate it. Okay, we're on the page 1 again. Resolution RS 2020-656, Toombs, Nash, O'Connell, Bradford, Van Rees, and Stiles, expresses the endorsement of the Metro Council for the Metro Nashville Transportation Plan, for which we have 3 amendments proposed. Do I have a motion?
I'll move the bill just to get it on the floor.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we want to go over the amendment first?
Yeah, let's do the amendments and then discuss the bill as it's amended would be my recommendation, Mr. Chair. And I'm happy to go ahead and move mine, or you can take them in order, whatever you like.
I'm kind of an order kind of guy. Let me see if we can take these in order. The First Amendment by Councilmember Murphy, whereas there will be proposed amendment to the Metropolitan Charter submitted to administration for council approval within 3 years of the effective date of this resolution to create the Department of Transportation for the Metropolitan Government. Do we have anything else?
I will move, but I do have a point of order, Mr. Chair. I feel like we had this amendment considered at our last meeting. Is that correct, Mr. Cooper?
I was not in the Public Works meeting last time Hannah was, so I'm not sure.
I think we may have deferred it.
Oh, you might be right, Mr. Chair. In which case, I'll move it. We discussed it, and I'm comfortable with it.
Okay. I can't say for sure. I don't remember either. But we have any discussion on that amendment?
Chair, this is Councilman Bradford. I'm just confirming we did defer this bill 1 meeting with all the amendments. That's why it's shown up again.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Amendment 1, I'll go through here. Councilmember Allen,
Aye.
Councilmember Benedict,
Aye.
Councilmember Bradford,
Aye.
Councilmember Evans,
Aye.
Councilmember Gamble,
Aye.
Councilmember Hurt,
Aye.
Councilmember Nash votes aye. Councilmember O'Connell,
Aye.
and Councilmember Roten. Councilmember Younger Hall. I have 9-0 against. Amendment number 2 by O'Connell, Murphy, and Cash. I move to amend Resolution 2020-656 by amending Section 1 by substituting the Transportation Plan Incorporated as Exhibit A with the attached new Exhibit A.
I will move my amendment, Mr. Chair.
We have a motion and a second?
Second.
Second. Go.
I'm happy to provide just a little bit of background here. I'm very grateful to the administration for working with me to address one of my primary concerns after I saw this plan. So this amendment basically opens the door a little bit wider to future potential investment in the West End corridor, which directly serves our largest transit trip generator in the region, which is Vanderbilt University. Also enables better regional connectivity by moving into downtown, where the STAR has its terminus at Riverfront Station. So this is one of those things that allows this plan to achieve some more regionality. It doesn't bind us to anything. It does not create a fundamental capital commitment. It basically just makes an option for potential investment a little bit more explicit in the plan. And again, I will express my gratitude to the administration. You can see from the exhibit, this is something they worked right into the master document, so it should fit right in. I was pleased to have the support of the Budget and Finance Committee last night, and I would appreciate colleagues' support on this committee tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Anybody? Going once, going twice?
My hand is raised.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you. Just a question to Councilmember O'Connell. Since I live a block away from West End, I'm appreciative that that he was paying attention and figured out a way to get this in there. And I have tried to put the two documents together and see what the difference is. And if Councilmember O'Connell could just point me to the substantive additions beyond the map on page 33 and the statement that there's $6 million for the high capacity transit on West End. What else is added to that?
You've caught the highlights, Councilmember Allen. The other is just in that capital investment chart. There is a note at the bottom that is kind of a, it's almost like anticipatory guidance for if we were going by, the estimates that we have established for the Clarksville corridor and or the Murfreesboro corridor, sort of the range of investment for approximately a 3-mile spur, right? So it's from downtown to 31st. That's the area considered, but it does not actually make it a full investment corridor. It basically just says, hey, we know we're going to do this study. We know we've got a downtown study coming, and this is what we might anticipate if, depending on what the results of those studies are.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Anybody else? Seeing none, Councilmember Allen, how do you vote?
Aye.
One aye. Councilmember Benedict.
Aye.
Councilmember Bradford.
Aye.
Councilmember Evans. Councilmember Evans. Welcome back. Councilmember Gamble.
Aye.
Councilmember Hurt.
Aye.
Councilmember Nash votes aye. Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
And Councilmember Roden.
Aye.
Councilmember Evans, you still with us? Once.
She had to jump over to another committee.
Okay. Has Councilmember Hall or Young joined us? Seeing none, I find 8-4-0 against. On to amendment number 3. This is an amendment offered by Councilmember Roten. I move to amend Resolution 2020-656 by amending the transportation plan incorporated into Section 1 as Exhibit A by adding the following projects. Page 19 of Appendix 1, project list by Council District or Council District 14. Road winding and improvement needs one project on Central Pike, combined improvements. A light rail improvement needs one project, the Music City Star Station intersection of Central Pike and Brandow Road. Councilmember Roten.
I'll move it for discussion.
Move for the amendment. We have a second?
O'Connell seconds.
O'Connell seconds. Go ahead, Mr. Roten.
Thanks, everybody. I would not normally do an amendment to a project, to a plan like this, but I was quarantined for several weeks when I was supposed to meet with the administration, and then we were supposed to meet last week, and that did not happen. The two projects that are listed on this amendment, one, Erin, if she was still on, she would understand. Central Pike has been approved by the state in the Improve Act to be widened from Old Hickory Boulevard all the way out into Wilson County. Somehow, legal counsel might be able to tell us how this happened, but Central Pike from Lebanon Pike to Old Hickory Boulevard somehow got under the auspices of Metro. I don't know how that happened, but it was not included in that plan. It has been on the CIB, and this is honest. I talked to planning. The widening of Central Pike for a couple of miles there from Lebanon Pike to Old Hickory Boulevard has been on the CIB since 1974. It is the oldest plan, a project on the CIB. The reason why I believe is there is a small bridge that is going to cost a little money, I believe. It looks like a little country bridge. So you go from 5 lanes down to a little 2-lane bridge. And every time that I've asked about it, they say, well, we've got to get money for that bridge. So the reason why I wanted this on there is because if we do have an infrastructure plan coming from the federal government for any type of bridges or anything like that, I wanted to make sure that this was still on the administration's radar. So I made sure that they put this under my District 14 projects. The other one that I just wanted to make sure the administration kept an eye on was right now there are only 2 stops in Davidson County for the Music City Star. There are already 4 stops in Wilson County. I have 5 miles of commuter rail. I watch it go by every day, but there are no stops in District 14. And on Central Pike at Brandow is where it goes by. It's a perfect location for the stop. I've had many meetings with RTA and planning, and I just want to make sure this is mentioned a little bit in the plan on page 31, just as a possible, but I just want to make sure it's listed in District 14 as something that we really need to look at. If we're going to do the Music City Star, we need to either do it or we need to stop putting money into it, one or the other. And I think this is a way to keep it on the radar for the administration and say, look, this is where you need to start. And I think it's mentioned in the plan elsewhere. I just want to make sure it was in the District 14. So I would make my motion again. That's what I'm doing. I apologize. I see Erin's got on back in the meeting. She would be aware of Central Pike being widened from Old Hickory all the way out into Wilson County, and it's funded. And see, she's smiling. Well, I'm going to have a little country road further in town. She's going to have a widened 5-lane road with sidewalks all the way out to Wilson County. So that's one of the reasons I'm keeping it on the radar. So, and she's smiling and she's just so happy about that. Again, my motion is to put those in the District 14 projects because I couldn't do it with them. And I apologize for taking up all your time.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, I will take the vote on amendment number 3. Council Lady Allen.
Aye.
Councilmember Benedict.
Aye.
Councilmember Bradford.
Aye.
Councilmember Evans.
Aye.
Councilmember Gamble.
Aye.
Councilmember Hurt.
Aye.
Councilmember Nash votes aye. Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Councilmember Roten.
Aye.
Councilmember Hall or Young. We have 9 in favor, 0 against. Now for the bill in total. We have a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? I might add a little bit of discussion. I think as we see here, this is proof positive that this is not a totally done deal, that it is subject to review over time. Amendments will be able to be made. But I think the plan offers us guardrails upon which to go forward on. It brings all kinds of modes of transportation together, comprehensive. And I know I made this comment the other week. I know some people have said this is too little too late, but if you'll just look back a couple of years ago, the public defeated a bill that maybe did too much too soon. And I think this really is very measured. And so I hope you all will support it. Anybody else? Going once, going twice.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, I didn't get my hand button pressed in time, but I will add kind of a follow-on to your commentary, if you don't mind.
Sure.
You know, this really, transit and transportation were among the core motivating factors for my seeking to run for council in the first place. And I will say 2 things. I appreciate the Cooper administration making this a priority. And I will also say I appreciate their collaborative investment and in conversations with council. And so with that said, to your point, I think it's going to be sort of a constant quest for Nashville to achieve a kind of Goldilocks plan in the sense of finding the one that's just right. But I do think this one gives us a starting point, right? And my hope is that subsequent operating budgets and capital spending plans acknowledge the elements that we can do immediately and that we adjust our CIB accordingly over the coming year to allow us to invest. I mean, the WeGo public transit is still operating off of InMotion, taking that in conjunction with this. We've got a lot that we can do to improve the mobility options for Nashvillians, and I hope we seize upon those opportunities over at least the next 3 years and then continue to going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Connell. Any other comments?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
This is Councilman Roden. Last night in Budget and Finance, Councilmember Young made the point that if we could get a stop one day in my district, he might actually come visit me. So I just wanted to reiterate that. So.
Definitely an important point. It's going to make me vote for it right away.
Well, speaking of the devil, I just wanted to announce my presence. I'm just now joining from another committee. So Councilman Young has arrived.
Mr. Chair, I'm going to object to including Councilmember Young as a present member of this without a sweater that is in any way appropriate for the occasion. I think he is a service to the public. That is not the sort of sweater I'm looking for, Councilmember.
Okay, so I'm going to go through the roll call. If there's no more pertinent comments to be made, Councilmember Allen.
One more impertinent comment. I don't think Councilmember O'Connell's sweater is relevant either. So
at least I was punctual. All right,
Councilmember Allen on the bill.
Aye.
Aye. Councilmember Benedict.
Aye.
Councilmember Bradford.
Aye.
Councilmember Evans.
She had to jump again.
Councilmember Gamble.
Aye.
Council Lady Hurt.
And I vote aye, but I do want to say that I was made to turn my naughty into nice by the chair and his comrade, Councilmember Benedict. I wanted to be naughty today.
There'll be lots of time for naughty later.
No, my husband came in here and gave me the eye, so I had to take it back.
Okay. Councilmember Nash votes aye. Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Councilmember Roten.
Aye.
And Councilmember Young.
Aye, sorry.
That's all right. And has Holler Evans come back? Okay, so we have 9 in favor, 0 against for the bill in total. Moving on.
Chair, may I have a point of personal privilege?
Sure.
I just want to make sure that Councilwoman Hurt and everyone else understands that this is a Charles Bukowski moment. Leave me alone. Now, I'm not suggesting you really should leave me alone, but I just want to make sure that we all honor a good writer, a good American writer. So here it is, and Merry Christmas, Happy Tides.
Here, here.
I always feel so culturally enlightened by this group. On to Resolution RS 2020-689 by Nash & Stiles approves the use of cameras for data collection through curb loading zone management pilot by Metro Public Works in collaboration with Flow Incorporated, doing business as COORD, C-O-O-R-D. Do we have a motion?
I'll move this just for the sake of discussion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. John? Mr. Cooper.
This needs to be deferred one meeting so that we can hold a public hearing at the next meeting. The code requires a public hearing for resolutions dealing with surveillance technology.
Okay.
I will update my motion to a motion to defer one meeting.
All right.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? Let me go through the roll call. In favor of the motion to defer one meeting? And Councilmember Allen.
Aye.
Councilmember Benedict.
Aye.
Councilmember Bradford.
Aye.
Councilmember Evans. Councilmember Gamble.
Aye.
Councilmember Hurt.
Aye.
Councilmember Nash votes aye. Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Councilmember Roten.
Aye.
Councilmember Young.
Aye.
9-4, 0 against. The deferral. We have a late resolution for Public Works. Let me see, I've got a copy of it here somewhere, which I can't find right at the moment, but if we got someone from Public Works, Ms. Whitelaw, you're on it. Would you like to explain what this late resolution does?
Yes, Chair. Thank
This
you.
is Sharon's.
Sharon, I was going to pass it to you, so please go ahead. Thank you.
Thanks, Shanna. This is Sharon Smith, and yes, we have, as you all remember, a little while ago, we came and brought the Red River contract forward. This is a contract that Metro Public Works uses for our trash collection in Nashville and Davidson County. We recently went from the 4-day collection to a 5-day collection and therefore had to amend the Red River contract. And now we're coming back with our second contractor, Waste Industries, to do the same thing. We need to amend it to reflect the holidays. Since Monday didn't used to be a collection day, and there are a lot of Monday holidays, and also the change from 4 days to 5. And it's really important that we do this as quickly as possible, because even though I don't believe Waste Industries would throw their hands up and say, we're going back to 4 days, we will all feel better when this is actually approved and set in stone and removes any question. So I appreciate your consideration.
Do I have a motion?
O'Connell moves.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. I don't see any hands up. Anybody else? Oh, but
Chair,
Councilmember Allen.
I don't know why I'm not showing up. Ms. Smith, would it be possible to see a copy of that contract? Is it on a website somewhere that you could send us a link to?
Yes, it was included. Let me see if I can find
That
it
late,
here
that late
on
amendments
the,
package?
it should be, yes.
Okay. I saw that amendment, didn't get both of them open. Okay, I just would like the opportunity to look at that sometime, but I'm willing to trust you on this and vote on it now, but thanks for having that available for us.
Any other discussion? Councilmember Bradford.
Thank you, Chair. So my only question is, does this change, this resolution, does it change the potential financials of this deal? Are we going to be expected to pay more money with this change, or does this affect that?
This doesn't affect the financial aspect, is purely from a operational standpoint.
Thank you.
That's always good news. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I will do the roll call. Council Lady Allen?
Aye.
Councilmember Benedict?
Aye.
Councilmember Bradford?
Aye.
Councilmember Evans? Councilmember Gamble?
Aye.
Councilmember Hurt?
Aye.
Councilmember Nash votes aye. Councilmember O'Connell? Councilmember O'Connell? We lost him. Councilmember Roten?
Aye.
And Councilmember Young?
Aye.
Councilmember Hall? Councilmember Evans? Did I hear Councilmember Hall? And Councilmember O'Connell? Yeah, I have 8-4-0 against. Next on the agenda, Bill number 2020-492 by Rosenberg amends the Metro Code pertaining to weight restrictions on certain roads. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, a second.
Second.
I was called earlier today by Ms. Costonis out of Metro Legal. Is she on the line? There's some question about whether this has to go to the Traffic and Parking Commission.
It does, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to defer this 2 meetings, please.
Defer 2 meetings? Okay.
Second.
Any other, we have a motion and a second to defer 2 meetings. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we got Councilmember Allen,
Aye.
Councilmember Benedict,
Aye.
Councilmember Bradford,
Aye.
Councilmember Evans, Councilmember Gamble,
Aye.
Councilmember Hurt,
Aye.
Councilmember Nash votes aye. Councilmember O'Connell, Councilmember Roten,
Aye.
Councilmember Young,
Aye.
Councilmember Evans, Councilmember Hall, Councilmember O'Connell. We have 8-4-0 against deferral for 2 meetings. And by golly, I think that's our agenda. Thank you so much, and everybody have a very Merry Christmas. And I love both naughty and nice, Ms. Hurt.
Thank you, Chair.
Very nice, Mary.
Van.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, Or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.org.